Welcome to another coffee talk with Finoula. It has been quite a long time since we did one of this, and for today's video I think this style fits perfectly. So on April 14th, 2023, I turned 31, and I have to say it has been quite the journey. So today I would just like to talk about it and talk about how we can embrace being in our 30s and how we can become the woman that we want to become. My entire life I have feared turning 30. I grew up thinking that by the time I was 30 I needed to have a stable job, I needed to be married, I needed to have a stable home and either having my first kid or close to, start having kids. I never really understood why this has to be the way to go. Maybe it's not what makes us happy. For me, if doing these things make you happy, I will support you for sure. But if none of these things make you happy by the time you're 30, then why do we have to feel this pressure onto committing to all of these things by the time we're 30? And the thing is that as the 30s come closer, every single time we're feeling more anxious and more stressed and more overwhelmed by the fact that, for instance, myself, I'm nowhere near the things that must be achieved when you're 30. I'm 31. I am a PhD student. I live in a rented apartment with the love of my life to whom I am engaged. However, I do not have any plans to get married soon. I am not on a hurry to get married. I am not in a hurry to have kids. I have no plans to having kids for the moment. And I'm still a student. I'm a PhD student. I am working on a research and it will take some time until I finish this. And after my PhD, I want to do another course that it will take me like 3 years because I love learning, and for my future goal, I still think that I have a long way to go regarding knowledge and my career. So if this is my path, and this is what I have chosen to be happy, I wonder why we're put this mentality since we're little. And I feel like this is mainly to women, but I don't want to exclude other. But I feel that since we're little, society is just telling us that by 30, we have to be the perfect woman. In a house, with a job, with kids, with a husband. I just don't know why that is important. For me, what is important is that you're happy and that you're living the life that you want to live. That is what is important, regardless what other people think. However, there is something that I would like to share, because even though I have always feared 30s, something very curious happened last year on the actual day of turning 30. Like even the day before turning 30, I was anxious, I was feeling scared about this number. But on the actual day, I was incredibly happy and I didn't understand. And I was talking with my partner and I was telling him, I don't understand what happened, what shifted, like yesterday. I was full of anxiety. And today, like in the actual day of turning 30, I was incredibly happy, because I was thinking to myself, I love the person that I am. And I know that still I have a lot of things that I need to get better at and improve, but I love who I am. And I cannot wait to love me more and to get to know me more, because we think we know ourselves, but truly we know very little. And it's only with life experiences and time that we learn who we are truly. I really love the space and the time in which I do things and how I learn and how I love people. I have to say I was very, very happy on the actual day that I turned 30, and I said, this is not so bad. I feel young. I am young. and I'm happy with what's happening with my life, and I'm far from reaching my healthy dream life, but I'm happy with what is going on right now. That's why I really wanted to make this video, because I think it's really important. But I also want to talk about the challenges, because even though I'm happy, you know, turning 30 is not as bad as, you know, well, it's not a bad thing, but at least none of the things I feared have happened. Even though it has been a good thing and a happy time in my life, there have been a lot of challenges, and I think it's time for us women to normalize these challenges that we go through the moment we turn 30. Or maybe they have happened before turning 30, but it's the fact of turning 30 what makes us realize that we're going through those challenges. So for me, I started noticing certain changes in my body. I started noticing that the moment that I stopped working out, it was noticeable. And when I looked at myself in the mirror, that body I did not recognize. And I became frustrated. Like, why is my body like this? I have never had this issue. And it's a process of letting go of that frustration. And it's a process of accepting that as you grow as a woman, you have new body. And that's completely okay. And it's up to you, whatever it is that you want to do with that body. Do you want to work out more or not? And that's also okay. And maybe you don't feel like working out, and you just go through the process of learning to love your body as it is, because it's growing with you and it's helping you to go through your life. So I think it's something that we should be grateful for, rather than punishing it for not staying the same our entire life, when we, in our inside, we don't stay the same our entire life. Another thing that that became a challenge for me was to get back on track. Every single time that I break a routine, for whatever reason, vacation, I had a party, whatever it is, I had an enormous amount of work, so I needed to dedicate it to it. Every single time that I broke a routine and that I was not doing, you know, my healthy habits, whenever I wanted to get back on track, oh my god, it was so hard. And every single time it's even harder. And I feel tired. And whenever I want to go back to it and I cannot manage, I become more and more frustrated and more angry at myself. And I speak to me in a way that, why can't you do this if you have been able to do it before? And you know, it's a negative cycle that grows and grows and grows and grows until you become aware that that is happening and you put an end to it. Becoming aware is a very important part of it. And it's a very hard thing to do. And if I hadn't done an enormous amount of self-work with my therapist, I wouldn't be able to become aware. Even today, it is hard for me to become aware of certain things. And happily, I am able to be aware of that. So I'm able to say, like, okay, something is wrong with me. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I cannot manage to see where this is coming from. And I take action and I book an appointment with my therapist and we work on it. Another challenge that happened, or at least I felt that it was happening when I became 30, I started questioning my life a lot. I started asking myself, like, am I really doing what I want to do? And if I am, will I ever finish? Like, I feel I have been in this career forever. And I just don't see the end. But also on the other side, it's like, it's okay that you don't see the end, because you really like doing what you're doing. But yeah, questioning my life has been another big challenge and thing of turning 30. When I became aware of all of these challenges, you know, happening, I just thankfully was able to say, okay, Finoula, it's enough. Stop being the victim, because I was entering in a victim mode. You know, I was complaining 24/7. I was becoming tired of complaining, and I was saying things like the world is against me, or like why all these people are getting all these things and I'm still working super hard and I'm still not where I am to be, where I want to be. Playing the victim is not gonna help us in any way to get what we want. So thankfully there was a day where I said, enough, I cannot take this anymore. Like I don't like being this version of myself. It's not who I am. So I really want to go back to Finoula, or even better, I want to improve Finoula. I want to be a better Finoula. So I have acknowledged this, I have accepted that this is happening. Let's take action. Let's take a moment here to work on reconnect, you know, with who I am, with who I want to be, and let's take a moment here to be thankful for our bodies, for our life, and learn to love ourselves while we work on becoming the woman that we want to become. So this is what I want to talk today. I want to talk about becoming that woman. And before jumping into how to do that, I really want to get behind the definition of what this really means, because when you say becoming that girl or becoming that woman, I think there are different perspectives or different ways of people really seeing this. Some people see it as a healthy way of living, other people see it as a very toxic trend, and others refer to it as girls that are looking for validation. So let's begin by the definition. Becoming that girl or becoming that woman is a process of transformation and self-discovery that a woman or a girl goes through. Is a process where we develop our identity and our character. So this process, becoming that girl or becoming that woman, involves exploring new interests, exploring new experiences, making mistakes and learning from these mistakes. And it's basically growing into our authentic self. Also, it's a process in which a girl or a woman develops a strong sense of self-confidence and overcomes societal expectations and pressures. So becoming that woman or becoming that girl is really becoming the woman or the girl that you want to be, not others, and not what you see on others' videos. Those videos could serve as inspiration for you to try things and see what works for you, because what works for others does not mean that it will necessarily work for you. But if you see those videos, you can say, okay, what's this girl doing? Maybe I will try this, and see what works for me. I do that all the time. I love watching videos of other people's lives and like the healthy habits that they do, and I try it out for myself and I see what works, what I like, what I enjoy, what I not enjoy, and I create my own routines and I slowly learn and try to develop the Finoula that I want to become. Because all of this is about living according to your values and your beliefs and what makes you happy, not others, you. So you by now have probably asked yourself, maybe not, but maybe you have asked yourself, why is she always mentioning girl and woman? Is this not the same? Well, for me it's not the same. I have been a girl and I now think I'm a woman. I will be a better woman in the future. Better, like grown up. But I don't resonate with the term girl. I do have my inner girl inside, my inner child, but I don't resonate with the process of becoming that girl. I do, however, resonate with becoming that woman. And I really want to explain this because there is a difference in becoming that girl and there is a difference in becoming that woman. Becoming that girl usually refers to a younger person that is learning, that is exploring, and it's growing into their identity. It can suggest a sense of youthfulness and inexperience. Now, if we think about becoming that woman, this implies a sense of maturity and experience. It suggests a sense of self-assurance, confidence, and a strong sense of identity. And I do not think that becoming that girl or becoming that woman goes with any, like, a specific age. I do not think that. I do not think that when you're 30, you just want to become that woman, and when you are, I don't know, 25, you want to become that girl. No. I think this goes with experience, because every single woman goes through complete different life experiences, and maybe a woman in her 20s really resonates with becoming that woman because of the life that she has had, because of all the experience that she has had. And maybe another one in her 20s resonates with becoming that girl because she hasn't gone through that much. I don't know if this is making any sense. Like, I don't know if I'm putting the right words to it, but I really don't think that at a certain age, I mean, if you're 10 years old, well, you're a girl. And be that girl and enjoy it as much as you can. But I don't think this goes with a specific age. I really think that this goes with what we experience in life as women and as girls, and in what stage we are in and what we resonate with. And right now, what I resonate with, due to my experience and my life situation, I resonate with becoming that woman. Also, another thing, I don't think these two go completely separate. I don't know if you feel like this, but I had the time in my life where I considered myself both a girl and a woman. And I think it was maybe like the transition, you know, of stop being a girl and just starting to become a woman, but you're not a girl nor a woman. Like, you haven't stopped being a girl and you haven't started to be a woman. You're like kind of in between, just seeing what is happening and like the different experiences and the different stages of your life and those emotions, like the new emotions that start happening. So I don't think that these two go necessarily separate. So yes, now that I have mentioned all of this, I really would like to talk about how to become that woman. So in order to become that woman, it's important that you define what that means to you. I would suggest here taking some time to reflect on your goals, to reflect on your values, and to reflect on your aspirations. I think another thing important in this step of defining what becoming that woman means to you is to try and discover what things are holding you back. And once you discover these things, it would be nice to create a plan to address them and make sure that you get rid of those things that are holding you back and not letting you fulfill what you want in order to become the woman that you want to become. So there's a really an exercise that I love doing, and I learned this years ago from Lavender. Well, I'm using it to become that woman, but the way she explains this is to really have a clear vision of your path and what you want to do in life, what you want to achieve, and like to set your goals. And this is to compare who you are now with who you want to be in the future. So if normally how she describes it and how I try to do it also is to draw yourself now and then you, surrounding your picture of yourself, you start putting what things you have now, what is happening in your current life right now, and you start putting it around yourself. And then you try to forget about that and you focus on the future you, and you start putting what that woman looks like. What does she look like? What does she have? What values? What goals that you're thinking now has she achieved or not? And really, once you have that in front of you, you can really have a clear vision of what is happening and trying to create the right path to get to that point. The next thing that I suggest in this process of becoming that woman, and I think it's a very, very important one, is to love and embrace who you are now. I think it's a very good thing that you want to work on yourself and you want to become the best version of yourself. I think it's a wonderful thing. But I don't think that in order to get there, you should punish or not love who you are now. And this, I think, is something that a lot of us do, and I'm including myself. I am getting better at it, but so I'm getting better at not doing it. But I still, to this day, I do it. I get frustrated at myself, I get angry at myself for certain things, and I punish myself, and I push myself too hard, and we really shouldn't do this. I think it's really important to love who we are and love our body as it is now. Because it's thanks to ourselves and it's thanks to our body that we are where we are now. And our body really is giving us the strength to get up every day and continue working and fighting for the life that we want. And not only this, but like it helps us to go through the experiences, good and bad. So we really shouldn't be putting any type of hate to ourselves or our body. We should be loving it just as it is and who we are, even though we want to improve, even though we want to get better, even though there's a goal of a certain woman that we want to become, we shouldn't hate who we are today. The next thing is to put yourself first. And this is also a hard one. A lot of us are people pleasers. We put other people's needs before ours. Now, with this, I'm not saying to just hide yourself in your home or in your small bubble and just focus on yourself and do nothing else but focus on yourself and, you know, like leave behind all of your friends and your family. No, I'm not saying this. I'm saying to make time for yourself and put yourself first. And if one day you don't feel like going out, then don't go out. If one day all you need is to stay home and just, you know, stay put and see what thoughts are going crazy on your mind and how you're feeling and, you know, your emotions, well, then just do that. If you need to do that, do it. What I'm saying is like, don't go out if you really don't feel like going out or doing something for someone if that is not what you feel like doing. Put yourself first and set boundaries. This is a very important thing that a lot of us should learn how to do it. And I'm including myself here because I still have not learned to say no. It's a process. I am on the journey to learning. My next advice is to start slow and small. So let's say that we have managed to picture the woman that we want to become and we're seeing all the things that this magnificent woman has, not only has, but like the values, right? Who she is. And you have managed to see what habits and what routines and what little things or big things you need to change in your life in order to become her. It can happen that when we see this, we just want to do it all at once and we like, okay, I know what I have to do, let's do this. And I love that you have that energy and that you want to do that, but also if you try to attempt to accomplish all of that suddenly and in a hurry and all at once, you will increase the chances of giving up and taking longer to get back to it. When our body is not used to those habits, it can be overwhelming and we can become tired very easily. So I would say start with one thing, go through it, take baby steps onto this one thing, and when your body is used to it and it's now like a new natural part of your life, move on to the next one. And this is not only with this becoming that woman process, but this is with everything, like the new goals that you want in your life. For me, it's the same process. It's baby steps and go slow. The more you try to do at the same time, the less you will accomplish, the sooner you will give up and you will have to start over. The next thing that I would suggest doing is to prepare the night before. Let's say, for instance, that one of your goals, like mine, let's put mine, is to go every single morning to work out. So this is something that I'm currently working on because, it has been a struggle ever since I started my PhD. I'm very tired, so it has been a struggle to maintain that working out habit in the morning. So one of the things that I think really helps me to increase the chances of me doing that habit is to lay out the outfit. So grab my leggings, grab my sports bra, my hoodie, my socks, downstairs, leave the trainers outside and leave the satchel, like my gym bag, with all the things that I need completely ready. The less that I have to do the morning of going to the gym, the higher the probability of me actually going. If I wake up and I have to go through all of that, and I stay, for instance, in my robe instead of changing right the moment that I get up, I will not go. I will stay in my robe, super comfy, with my, matcha cup, because that is another thing that I'm working on. I need to reduce my caffeine, like coffee caffeine intake. So now it's like morning matcha. So I will stay there and I will think of all the things that I have to do, and I will complain about the fact that I don't feel like going to the gym, and then it will get worse. I will get angry at me because I haven't gone. So that's one of the things that I do. Another thing that I have changed is I used to love going to the gym, but lately I haven't felt motivated enough to go and like work out on my own. I need a push. I need someone to help me going through this journey. Like, if you are someone that can go to the gym on your own and work out on your own, that is great, that is amazing, keep on doing it. I was able to do it before, but now I can't. I'm very tired and my willpower is not sufficient to do it. So I have enrolled to another type of gym. It's a studio and it has like different classes, so it's always with a teacher. What I love it is that it's in English, because I live in Belgium and every single place is in French, and even though I can't more or less understand French, when I found out that this place is in English, oh my god, thank you. It's a different kind of gym, so I love it. It has yoga, it has Pilates, it has spinning, like this new spinning that is very, very fun. And it has another one that is called Train, which is a high intensity training circuit. And it has also abs and booty. It has also sculpt. I love it because it has a lot of different workout types and like all in one. Because before I wanted to go to my yoga studio, I wanted to look for a Pilates studio, and then I wanted to go to the gym to work out. It was too much. I felt very overwhelmed, and also there was another issue that I'm going to mention in the next step. But I think it's really important to prep the night before and make that habit or that thing that you're working on as easy as possible, as fun as possible. You can make it like a fun challenge, or like work on the commitment. I think it's very important. So by doing this, by paying, by booking, my commitment is way higher and I don't miss it, because I know I have booked, so they know that my name is there. But I need to go and I need to commit. So I love it. And the next one, which is also a very hard thing to do, is to respect your budget. Now, money can have a negative impact in our health, and becoming healthy or becoming the woman that you want is not always going to be the cheapest thing ever. Like, I think we can all agree in this, like being healthy today is very difficult, and majority of the times, depending on where we are, of course, and what we're thinking as being healthy, can be quite expensive. So my suggestion here, my advice, and what I'm trying to do, because this is also a lesson for me, I'm not good at this yet, is to do what we can within our budget. There are so many things that we can buy in order to have a healthy lifestyle, but we will not always be able to afford them. So I would say start by one. say the most important thing for you. For me, for instance, the most important thing to like invest money in is the studio where I'm going to work out and do my yoga practices. And also for me, it's really, really important that I get my multivitamin complex and my probiotics. So this is for me my non-negotiable. So I will start to invest in these things. Obviously, I choose not only the products that I can afford, but also that they're like natural and sustainable. That's another journey that I'm going through. And then if once I manage to like, you know, see my budget and like my finances with these products, I will see if in the future I can invest in another thing and what I want to invest on. So this is really my advice here, because this is a big challenge and this can be really, really hard. So please just invest in what you can and try not to get frustrated because you cannot invest in everything that you want. This leads me to the next advice, or the next step into becoming that woman, is to let go of the mentality of all or nothing. It doesn't have to be either white or black. It doesn't have to be either I'm all in or I'm all out. So it doesn't mean that, oh, so if I cannot have all of these products that I want in order to be healthy, I will have none. And then I will not be healthy because I just cannot. That is really the mindset that we need to let go of. And it's also important to let go of that mindset when it comes, for instance, to achieving a routine that we have set up for ourselves. Okay, so I'm gonna set myself as an example here. My morning routine means waking up at 5:30 in the morning. It means coming down, going to the kitchen, getting my immune shots, having my vitamins and my probiotics, then preparing my matcha latte, sitting down, grabbing my morning journal, then see what I have to do that day, then maybe take an hour or so to study yoga because I'm doing an online course, or if I need to study anything for my PhD, then study something for my PhD, and then go and work out after. I would just like get ready, shower and so on to go to work. What happened before, gladly it doesn't happen right now, but before, what happened the moment that I didn't wake up at 5 or 5:30, I did nothing of the rest of my morning routine. No vitamins, no probiotics, no morning journal, no nothing. I would get up late and I was crampy for the rest of the day, and that is not necessary. If one day you wake up late and you don't wake up at the time that you want because something happened, you slept bad, you had like thoughts on your mind, whatever happened that made you wake up later, that doesn't mean that you cannot continue with the rest of your routine. You can still get up, go to the kitchen, have your vitamins, have your probiotics, morning journal, and you go to the gym. If it's too late that the gym timetable change, okay, that day you're not going to the gym, maybe you can work out at home or work out later. This is what I mean with letting go of the all or nothing mentality. Just because one part didn't go as you wanted doesn't mean that you cannot work on the rest. My last step, I don't know if it's really a step or just like a message that I want to really say on this video, is to see yourself as a flower and to see yourself as water. And I will explain why. In order for a flower to blossom, the environment of the flower is very important. It needs the right humidity, it needs the right air, it needs the right light, and so on. Meaning that your environment will play a very important role in you achieving your goals. So I would suggest that you surround yourself with positive influences. And I am not talking just in-person positive influences. Also, what you see, what you look at, and who you follow on social media will have an impact in your mindset, how you feel, and what you want to do. And then with water, what I want to say is that water always needs to adapt in order to pass through different obstacles and phases. It changes in the shape, right? In order to be able to go through you know, its way. It's important to adapt and remember that growth is a process and we will have ups and downs, but it's important to learn as we go and to not give up and keep pushing through, end up becoming the woman that we want to become. So this is what I wanted to say in today's video, in today's long coffee talk. I really missed this. I really missed, like, you know, just sitting here chilling with you, talking. So yeah, I'm going to end the video here. I really hope that this brought you value, and if you have any experiences or any suggestions that you would like to share, I would be more than happy to read them, so feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you. Also, we have a community space for us to share our experiences and to communicate and to really support each other in this journey. I will leave the link down below if you're interested in joining. I would be more than happy if you were there. I share challenges and, you know, things that we can do in order to improve our life together. So yeah, I really hope that you liked it. Thank you so much for being here, for watching, and yeah, I'm wishing you a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.